everyone. Welcome to an all new edition of The Take. I'm your host as always, Ken Dix here on this Thursday, March 12th, 2020. Man, oh man, what a week it is. The Take is the home of pop culture and entertainment moments from the week. The first things first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Take here on Connect, and don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is king. Tell a friend, call a friend, subscribe. All right, let's get to the big story. The big story this week is, all right, me and you know that England's Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duchess and Duchess of Sussex, have announced that they're bidding farewell to royal life. They're just suspending their titles and stuff. But they had to make their last appearance as royals this week. Take a look.
The Fab Four reunion is being described today as a PR disaster after Meghan and Harry were given the cold shoulder at Westminster Abbey. The runaway royals were also reportedly emotional and upset about the decision that barred them from walking in the Queen's procession. We spoke to British TV personality Amanda Holden.
That is the Queen saying, this is where it starts. You know, you're welcome to be part of the family. We love you, but I still rule here and I make the rules.
In an attempt to defuse the tense situation in the 11th hour, William offered to join his brother and sister-in-law at their seats instead of walking in the procession as had been planned. Today, the British press is piling on, calling the reunion cold and super awkward. Neither couple seemed eager to interact with each other. Blame is going in all directions. William and Kate for their frosty greetings, and Meghan and Harry for how they handled their royal exit.
Everything's very passionate about Harry. I think he leads with his heart, very much like his mum, Diana, not with his head like perhaps William. And I think that's where the friction has happened.
Meghan is earning praise for her gorgeous green dress, a touching tribute to her late mother-in-law, Princess Diana, who wore an emerald maternity dress and matching fascinator in 1982.
All right, so Prince Harry and Meghan and the Queen all sit together. And they had that little moment where the Queen decreed that this is it for Prince Harry and Meghan. Since they want to live private lives, they can't be going around with the royal ties. So this is the temporary basis right now that the Queen has issued and decreed that, hey, y'all can live your lives, but we ain't finna pay your tab wherever you go. So a lot of rumors and reports that Prince Harry and Meghan are in Canada, live in Canada, but the Canadian people made it clear they're not paying for Prince Harry and Meghan's security. So Prince Harry and Meghan had to come off their own money to maintain their own security. But if you saw this right here, this picture right here, Prince Harry and Meghan smiling throughout the rain, it would remind you of reminiscence of Singing in the Rain. Many of you may not remember that, many of you may recall who that is. Singing in the Rain, Prince Harry and Meghan. So the adventures continue with Prince Harry and Meghan on what they're going to do next week. There's been rumors and reports that they may want to use their brand influencers, like their social media influencers, and make a difference from there. So we'll see how this all plays off into the existence. All right, in celebrity news, have you heard of Drake's new song, Do the Flip Switch? Now, it's come from his recent track. He has a challenge. But now, many of you may have heard this. And many of you heard the Kiki challenge. Now, Drake, whoever coming up with this, do the switch challenge. All right, let's look and see which celebrities are taking the flip and switch challenge real playful. Watch this.
I just flip the switch.
These are so addicting.
This hit my feed last night, and I watched it over and over and laughed every time at A-Rod. Unbelievable. J-Lo and A-Rod flipping the switch. For those of you who don't know, it's a viral sensation. People taping themselves in front of a mirror, listening to Drake's nonstop, and at the lyric, I just flipped the switch. They switch spots and switch outfits.
I mean, they really went above and beyond for this one. The baseball legend even took on J-Lo's sexy dance moves. I mean, I think they did a great job. I like that he's fully dedicated. He even is wearing her earrings there.
So good. The swirl. And he just, you know, it's just enough, and then he gets out before it gets super cringy. The trend's been taken over TikTok after Senator Elizabeth Warren got in on the fun during her time on SNL this past weekend. Warren did the challenge with Kate McKinnon. They even matched in the blue blazers there. Kate has been playing Warren in sketches for the comedy series. This was a perfect pairing. The duo took turns dancing. You can tell that Kate kind of wants a laugh there as we, I mean look at this.
Warren's dance moves here, just closing her eyes like that.
Warren made a surprise appearance on SNL. This 10-second clip, though, I think turned out to be the best thing to come of the whole.
I watched it 100 times. It's so good. Drake himself even responded to Warren doing the dance on Instagram, writing, "Wow, I need to come home."
After seeing these amazing takes on the challenge, Andrew and I decided to kind of get in on it ourselves. I'm embarrassed already, but go ahead.
All right, you saw right there the Dish Nation crew trying to get into the fun, saying that Elizabeth Warren and Kate McKinnon, who portrayed Elizabeth Warren on SNL, did the flip switch challenge, where Kate McKinnon was acting serious, Elizabeth Warren was dancing. That would may won her some brownie points after she had the exit the race. But we'll talk about that later on Political Rundown. All right. Speaking of that, then you saw J-Lo and A-Rod with this. Yeah, J-Lo and A-Rod doing that. That's kind of weird, A-Rod doing that. That's kind of like weird. Anyway, that's what A-Rod wants to do. That's A-Rod's business. All right, in other celebrity news, American Idol judge and singer Katy Perry announced that she is pregnant with her fiance Orlando Bloom. Well, Katy couldn't reveal and was so elated that she revealed to her fellow American Idol judges that she's having good news to share. Watch this. All right, you saw that Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and Luke Bryant ecstatic, elated, and Katy Perry a hug. Well, this coming out when Katy Perry had told her late grandma before her dying days that she was pregnant. And we have the footage. Take a look.
Grandma, it's Katy. Grandma, it's Katy. I just wanted to tell you, I know you're not feeling well, but I wanted to share some exciting news with you. You remember me, Katy? I'm going to tell you that I'm going to have a baby. I'm pregnant, Grandma. Don't tell anybody. But Katy is finally pregnant. She's the last one, but I have a baby inside me. And I wanted to tell that to you. Don't say
Bittersweet moment for Katy Perry to tell her grandmother at the very end that she's bringing in a new life. As her grandma, you know, by the end hers, Katy's baby's when it starts is. But it was bittersweet, it was tearful to see that. But condolences to Katy Perry and her family at this time. All right. On talk shows this week, on the Kelly Clarkson Show, singer turned businesswoman Jessica Simpson sat down on the couch and discussed with Kelly about everything Jessica Simpson. Watch this.
That I could express myself and how everything like was clear. So yeah, I don't know what caused the stuttering. I mean, it could have been from the car accident, something, you know, traumatic. Like very traumatic, other traumatic things that I went through as a child. And I also have a million thoughts in my head at all times.
Me too.
Like somehow trying to balance that. I might as well just sing through it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Great question. So next question though is from Ashley, right? Where's Ashley at? Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Jessica. So you talk about being sober and you're actually just speaking about that now.
Mm-hmm.
What brought you to the point where you felt like you had to get sober?
Well, being a mother, like, I mean, my kids at the time were 5 and 4. So I grew up with no alcohol in the house, and I was at a place where I was literally like spiraling with the alcohol, like, and I was missing out on moments with my children. And then they were seeing me and they were very confused. And I just wanted to be present and have clarity and be a good role model for my children, because I always wanted to be a good role model for the world. So why in the world would I like be stuck in this cycle of having to like wake up and have a drink before going to one of their school assemblies? It got to the point where all of my life had like escalated and I couldn't suppress it. and alcohol, it wasn't working. It was making me just completely check out.
Jessica Simpson showing an in-depth look into her life, as we all know that Jessica Simpson can be. Kelly Clarkson and Jessica Simpson can relate because they're both moms, they're both singers, they're both business women. They're not from American Idol. Kelly Clarkson is, but Jessica Simpson had like a somewhat of a story. So you kind of can relate to some way. Okay. All right. On the Wendy Williams show this week, Wendy sat down with Michael Yo, who's an insider, about the latest update with Rapper the Baby. Did something unreprehensible that you have to see. Watch this.
Saturday night in Tampa, he was walking to the stage, a bright light hit him in the face, and then a cell phone accidentally hit him in the face too, and he turned around and slapped who was behind the bright light, and we have video of it right here. Oh, you don't have the B-roll. You don't have it. Okay, they don't have
the producer came out here with a note saying problems with the B-roll.
So basically,
this is the show that you're watching.
You know? So,
but I could imitate it for you. It went like this.
Open-handed, slapped the person who was holding the phone.
Yeah.
It was a woman, though. And knocked her clean out on the ground. The cops arrived. The baby was gone. And
so the baby, who we're still calling him that at 28 years old,
yeah.
He was not arrested?
He was not arrested because he was gone. And
but everybody knows where his hotel is, I would imagine. A bunch of thoughts and stuff. Get on it.
Look, this dude's straight up slapping people. I ain't saying nothing about him.
This is not his first time being in trouble, though?
No. So there was no visible injuries on the victim. So, she refused to take EMS attention, and she hasn't pressed charges yet. Now, this is not the first time he's been in trouble. He was arrested last year for attacking a man in a Walmart. December, he was arrested when he and a friend attacked a man working at a food stand in the airport.
You all are going to stop.
Then arrested in January when he beat up and robbed a concert promoter for shorting him $10,000. Then there's a video of him pushing a hotel employee that came out. He said the guy was trying to take pics of his daughter. So those are the problems he's
So he's a hothead.
Right, as of right now.
But I do have to say, he was the first incident that Michael mentioned, the baby was dressed in all red. He did have the hoodie tied to his face, but he knew he was walking through the crowd to get to the stage.
Yes.
And if you know you're walking through the crowd and it's your show, of course you expect people are going to have their phones out, want to be near you and touch you. When I say he's walking through the crowd, I mean he's closer to people than me and Michael Yo are right now.
But he said he snapped because the phone touched him in the face.
I understand that part also, but he doesn't have to slap. I mean, with Corona or whatever, he might have had an open wound on his face. Phones are the dirtiest things going.
Yeah. Well, he did come out with an apology video. You don't have it, but we
Welcome to the Wendy Williams Show.
All right, you see right there, serious charges for the baby after he accidentally slapped a fan who was a woman. The baby, it's like he's always in the news, being in trouble. He just can't keep a good rap down. But I hope he can learn from it and learn from his mistakes. But that didn't end there, as the people from this nation got involved too, and here were their advice to the baby Williams.
On tour this weekend in Florida for his up close and personal tour, the baby was walking through a crowd of fans making his way to the stage. And as usual, one fan got a little too excited and shined their iPhone flashlight all up in his face, right? Well, the baby didn't like that at all, honey, so he kindly gave the fan a real up close and personal experience by bitch slapping the fan with an open palm, baby. And fans were shocked and started booing him. And oh my God, he didn't even perform. But here's the real deal. Damn. Just revealed that the fan was a woman, y'all. No. Say it ain't so. Yeah, and the baby claims he had no idea it was a lady because he was blinded by the light. And since then, he's issued an apology via Instagram. Y'all take a look.
I'm very sorry that there was a female on the other end of that flashlight on that phone. But keep in mind, I couldn't see you. because you got the flash this close to me.
Is he sorry or is he not sorry? I'm not sure. I mean, he was so laying back sexy in the bed, I really wasn't paying attention to what he was saying.
Probably because I've been to prison before for something similar. You kind of don't want to just swing at anybody. It could have been a child. It could have been
that.
like,
but the light is in your eye. And
no
excuses,
Gary.
the light is in your face, and you can swat away. You could be like, "Hey,
See, he didn't swat the phone. He went past the phone and followed it through with a little bit of a pimp hand and turned it and just like,
elbow down. See how the elbow went up?
Yeah, like it was like a. Has this ever happened to y'all? Like, do fans do too much and you've reacted a certain way?
Of course they do. They always do.
Yeah,
I've had a braid snatched out of my hair from the root.
Oh no.
From the root. I've had earrings snatched out. I've had people, when you start trying to crowd surf to please the crowd, they will reach up your shirt, down your pants.
Oh, no.
They will do whatever to get something from you. So you stop doing that.
I did a booking one time and I was talking to the crowd and I put my hand out there. And do you know this guy was trying to twist my ring
do that.
off my finger?
They do that.
Well, I'm glad they're more calm with comedians because I don't go through all that, huh?
Yeah.
I can tell my jokes, baby. They laugh and we just, they laugh from over there. We don't laugh up here.
Yeah, the baby just being the baby, I guess. Guess that's what the new thing for rappers now, just slapping women. Wow. Let's hope he gets the help he needs. All right, we'll be back with more tape. Don't go anywhere. This is the tape. Hello everyone, this is Ken Deere. Are you a fan of WWE or AEW? Or what about all forms of pro wrestling? Well, the Pro Wrestling Show is here for you. Where we cover all forms of pro wrestling from WWE, Raw Report, SmackDown Report, NXT, AEW, and all more from the week. And don't forget Wrestling Hot Topics, the latest news and information from the week. Watch your all-new Pro Wrestling Show every Sunday here on Connect. Back to the tape. I'm your host as always, Ken Dix here. Glad you can join us on this Thursday, March 11th. March 12th, 2020. Like I said, join in the conversation using the hashtag take here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is Kim. So let's get to the political rundown. The political rundown this week. Now I told you earlier about Elizabeth Warren and her little challenge she did with Kate McKinnon with the Do the Switch challenge. Well, Elizabeth Warren decided to drop out the race. She made an appearance on SNL. She tried to clear the air. And Elizabeth Warren kind of like looking towards what's next with this.
I'm sorry? Well, let's take a deep breath and spend a little time on that. We don't have to decide at this minute. One of the hardest parts of this is all those big promises and all those little girls who are going to have to wait 4 more years. That's going to be hard.
Will you be making an endorsement today? We know that you spoke with both Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders yesterday.
Not today. Not today. I need some space around this, and want to take a little time to think a little more. I've been spending a lot of time right now on the question of suspending and also making sure that this works as best we can for our staff, for our team, for our volunteers. I have no regrets at all. This has been the honor of a lifetime. 10 years ago, I was teaching a few blocks from here and talking about what was broken in America and ideas for how to fix it. And pretty much nobody wanted to hear it. And I've had a chance to get out there and talk with millions of people. And, we have ideas now that we talk about that we just weren't talking about even a year ago. A 2-cent wealth tax and universal child care that could be real. We could make it happen. And canceling student loan debt for 43 million Americans and raising Social Security payments. Those are life-changing events for people. And we could actually do this. So I'm delighted to have been here and honored to have had this chance.
Elizabeth Warren making that prominent statement that a woman won't be president, not this far yet. But it's going to eventually happen. It just ain't going to happen now. But eventually give it time and it will come to fruition. Speaking of Elizabeth Warren's arch nemesis and arch rival, President Trump took time out of his busy schedule to visit the ravaged land in Tennessee with the tornadoes. Here's what the president had to say.
I do have a message, and I have a message for the families of those that lost their lives. We love them. They're special people. It's an incredible place, incredible state, tremendous heart. Already you see people rebuilding. It took place literally hours ago, a couple of days, and they're already rebuilding. I've never seen, we were flying over, you see the blue roofs going up. It's all over the place. They're just great people. It's a great state. And they have great leadership in the state, and that's why it's working out like it is. But still, 25 people at least, and some really very badly hurt. Very, very badly hurt. The mayor was telling me some of the houses came down, and they got here right after that happened, and people are walking out of the houses, and you might explain that, what that looked like. It was just...
The president said he wants to help them, and he loves them and stuff. But we'll see with the government aid and stuff. Speaking of that, Trump did do something with the CDC as he visited the CDC headquarters. And here's what he had to say.
Mr. President, why aren't you going to CDC today?
He's actually set late. I'm going to go down. Yeah.
We may go. They thought there was a problem at CDC with somebody that had the virus. It turned out negative, so we're seeing if we can do it. But yesterday afternoon, we were informed that there was a person with the virus, and they now find out that that was a negative test. They've tested the person very fully, and it was a negative test. So I may be going. We're going to see if they can turn it around.
Better yet, President Trump trying to make excuses and stuff. Even they said that President Trump could contract the coronavirus with this. All right, President Trump could get the coronavirus. I don't know if it's a possibility or not, but we'll see. If he don't feel sick in the flu, he said his grandfather died from the flu, so I guess the president living his own little world and his own little fantasy. So speaking of like Mike Bloomberg. All right. On news this week, people are ecstatic that Lady Gaga returned with a bang. She came back with Stupid Love. This.
Lady Gaga officially dropped the first single from her upcoming 6th studio album, and it's called Stupid Love, and the Monsters are raving about it. It's fun. It's a really upbeat song.
Yeah, even the Power Rangers approve. So Gaga shared a promo shot from the video yesterday, and the Power Rangers replied, "Not sure if we should fight this monster or stand this monster." Then added, "Just consulted with Zordon." I guess that's how you pronounce it. "We have no choice but to stand."
Now, Gaga called into New Music Daily with Zane Lowe to talk about the new track, and she said this time around she wants people to just dance.
I put all my heart, all my pain, all my messages from the other realm that I hear of what they tell me to tell the world, and I put it into music that I believe to be so fun and, you know, energetically really pure, and I want people to dance and feel happy. You know, someone asked me the other day what my goal was with this album, and it actually sounds ridiculous when I say it out loud, but I said, I would like to put out music that a big chunk of the world will hear, and it will become a part of their daily lives and make them happy every single day. I would sit there with blood pop and go.
Yeah, Lady Gaga returned. She's generating almost 33 million with this song, and she's returning back to another monster. So Lady Gaga coming back with a bang. She will kick off a tour and kick off a foundation. So Lady Gaga back in the scene once again, in the music scene. Also, on the reality show clip down this week, Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you saw, Kenya had a very public breakdown and a separation with her husband, Mark. Well, okay, you saw that. Well, here's the aftermath of what Kenya's going through. Yeah, you see right there, Kenya's going through a lot these days. She would confide in Candy and Cynthia to help her out. Well, she didn't confide in Nene. Nene didn't care. Nene was like, whatever. So Kenya and Nene having their unresolved issues that will be played out on the show as the weeks in time. Speaking of that, Candy and Kenya decided they planned the trip, so they had got, top billing on the room. But they left other women remaining with rooms to get. But Candy and Kenya decided to, put what they call it? Put something on the line, put some stakes on the line. Let's say that. They created some stakes. And the women, Portia and Tanya, went crazy. Watch this. Portia and Tanya went crazy. They won their room. Even Portia jumped out the pool trying to make sure she secured her room. They'll do anything for a room. All right. On The Bachelor. All right. Pete and Emily are going crazy about kangaroos, and they visit a place with kangaroos with this.
Today is the first time I've seen Hannah Ann since an amazing day that I was able to share with her and my family. And I could for sure see, her becoming part of our family.
How's it going?
Hi.
Welcome to Northern Territory, Australia.
Okay.
Yep. Today I want to show you an animal very few people really see.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'd love to.
Come on, let's go.
Here we
You
go.
first. Go in. This place here, the Kangaroo Sanctuary in Alice Springs. They're all orphan kangaroos. So.
Oh my word. Oh.
He's like, he's so nice.
Hi.
What's up? I see exactly what I have in front of me. Someone that I know loves me so much.
She was meant to be yours, that little one.
And there's no questions and there's no doubts that she's someone that I want to pick first every day and every day for the rest of my life.
Bachelor Pete and Emily, decide to have some date with kangaroos. They don't even know they're in Australia. Now they'll be the mother pouches. They'll knock you out. Telling you right now, they'll knock you out to this day. Telling you. Whew. All right, and finally, the viral video of the week. All right. Now, Kobe Bryant's legacy may live on, and it was fitting this week when Kobe's widow, Vanessa, and daughters paid tribute to Kobe and their sister, Gianna, with this mural right here. It was so fitting, so touching that Kobe Bryant legacy will live on, and it was nice of the family to visit there and have peace. And Kobe Bryant will always be in their hearts. Nice thing. All right, everyone. Thank you all for watching this edition of The Take. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long, and we'll see you next week for another edition of The Take. See you later.